ball going downhill and it keeps getting bigger and going faster.
Yeah.
That was what basically happened to me. I had a little Facebook group, and when I started doing CromCon, it kind of blew up, and it outgrew Facebook. Okay, there was other audiences I need to get in front of, so boom, I'm on YouTube. Then somebody was like, dude, you need to be promoting on Twitter. Boom, I'm on Twitter. And it's like, before you know it, you know how it goes. You're out everywhere, right? I even did Rumble for a while, but it was like before its time. Okay, I got 1,000 videos on Rumble.
Yeah, and plus it would be hard to do your stuff on Rumble because Rumble, you have to do the whole stream key thing. And imagine putting in a stream key for all the shows you run. You run like, I think 3-4 shows a day. I mean, that's just a lot, actually. And I wanted to ask you this too, because you would know this better than me, is because I was trying to do, because I think a lot of good amount of your audience comes through your Facebook fan page, like the people that you found initially. How do you build up a Facebook fan page following that's like active? Because I didn't want to have a group where, there would be like, it'd be advertised how there would be like multiple posts a day, right? But when you go to the group, there's very little interaction on posts. There's very little likes and reactions.
That depends on your people. Okay. I mean, mine is a Facebook group. I don't look, the page is where they're trying to get in your wallet, trying to make you pay to get exposure, pay to push you out there. Your group, when you make a group, you invite people that love the kind of stuff that you love.
I see your point. Yeah. Okay.
And if they, you look into madness. Hey, do all 2,600 people interact all the time? No, hell no.
Yeah, I wish that was the case.
But every month I get 800-900 people that interact with the group. That's right. That's a lot of people looking at what we're doing. Okay. We get the scroll does move. I mean, I tell people like you, hey, when your show's going live, drop that link in the madness.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Your show's going live, right? Okay, well, if everybody with a campaign or a show is dropping their link every day, that scroll moves pretty fast.
Right.
Okay. That's the whole point. That's why I tell people you better post that thing once a day, because a lot of people post over there. There is interaction. It's weird, man. When I got to Twitter and I realized that there were people on Twitter that will not do anything on Facebook, so they're not seeing what's over there.
Yeah.
I started posting on Twitter what was in my group.
Right.
And sharing Facebook stuff over. And the same thing, I would drop the Twitter campaigns that Indiegogo and stuff that people on Facebook didn't know nothing about. I start dropping all that stuff in my group. I tried to be a bridge between the two platforms. Well, obviously you end up using YouTube to do that.
Yeah. Okay. I see your point. I didn't look at it that way. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're doing, man. Okay.
I never tried to start.
Like sort of like mad scientist genius over here. You should now. You got to get a lab coat and some sunglasses and your hair going up.
Like chess, bro. I'm always trying to think what's the next move.
Yeah.
While I'm working on this one and perfecting this one, I'm thinking, what am I going to do next? The YouTube channel, I wasn't trying to build a YouTube channel to be monetized at all. That was not my goal. It was like a stepping stone to our own thing on Roku, right? It was a beta test. Can I get enough people to drop content consistently that we could go build our own platform? It turns out I could. I can get enough people to do this. Now, can I get the funding to do it? Because believe me, if I had $5,000, this shit would already be up.
Believe me, man. If I didn't have what happened to me, remember I told you what happened to me on our last show. So basically, I didn't pay my electric bill for months on end, and it totaled to like $1,200. So that extra tax, you get your tax returns back. So my tax return all went to that. And then the extra money that I had, which was from like my day-to-day expenses, that was supposed to be my play money for the rest of the year, right? So my day-to-day, my every 2-week paychecks now have to go to my bills. So the extra money that I would have is gone because so I came home one day, my electricity's off, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why my electricity off? So I called the guy, and he was like, you didn't pay your bill. I was like, I didn't pay my bill. Like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, you owe $1,300. Like, I owe $1,300. What the fuck? So I literally, my whole year for finances got screwed because of that. Believe me, man, if I had the money, I'd throw it your way, man. I love what you're doing. I do genuinely think your idea is really, really good, actually. But right now it's just, I'm in a pickle, kind of like my wife likes when I'm destroying her in bed. But Lord, I do like the idea you have, because like the whole Facebook fan page thing, I think people gotta understand there's a huge audience still there for Facebook. Yeah. There's people there. It's just you gotta circle out the bots and all that stuff. But once you do that, you're fine. You have a big group of people.
We had a huge, like just recently, we had a bunch of them people dropping them stupid Temu ads.
Oh yeah,
in my group, right? And then just recently, on top of that, a bunch of porn bots. And I went, I just went out and told the group, I was like, look, man, if this shit keeps up, we're going to have to put the group private, or I'm going to have to turn on post approval. Yeah. So that we can weed out these clowns, because I'm not having that. We haven't had that in our group. We're not going to have that in the group. Oh, you know, ever since I started the group, I look at everybody who joins. I go look at their profile. If they don't have comic stuff or art stuff on their profile, I'm kind of skeptical, and I'll put that post approval on, because you don't know what's going to come out of that, right?
Right.
But for the most part, those 2,600 people are all comic fans or creators or artists or something to do with or interest in what we love. Right. And that's why they're in our group. For those of you who don't know, you Rumble people, the comic-related madness, the only reason to go to Facebook, it's the only reason I go there, okay? I don't mess around in my feed. I don't go in my news feed and argue with people. My favorites bar has the link straight into my group.
Right.
Okay? I click that. I go right into my group. I can see who posted. I can put some likes. I can post the stuff and share the stuff I want to get in and out. I do it all in my group. And then, boom, I'm over there looking at my Twitter, where you can't avoid your freaking news feed. Right? You can't get away from it. It's in your face all day. That's another reason I prefer the Facebook thing, because I can make a group that I can keep an eye on and make it for us. Same with the Roku, okay?
Right.
Same principle. We're building something for us. No YouTube overlords, no Google overlords, no algorithms that are going to get you demonetized, okay? Look, if the DMCA or the FCC sends me an email and says, dude, man, Master Swag just blew up last week, bro. You're going to have to take that one down. That one's bordering on illegal or whatever. Then I would forward you that exact email.
Right.
Showing you why that one episode is coming down. But I'm not going to penalize you any more than that. Why would I demonetize all the rest of your content because of one video that we kind of have to take down anyway? There's your penalty. We're taking it down. We have to take it down. That's it, right? Now, that doesn't say you can't go put it right back up over there on Rumble or anywhere else and try and keep trying with it. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about the FCC or the DMCA, not no stupid Google overlords, all right? It's going to come from the law, not from any other reason. And like I said, I'm not going to penalize you beyond that. The whole point of this is a lot of the people in our network are a long ways away from monetization, or in some cases, because of their content, never will be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just recently, the common nerd, Jesse, he literally had his whole entire YouTube account terminated, because a guy was eating a banana and they considered that sexual content.
You see what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want, whenever they want. They demonetized Critical Blast. They demonetized RJ for.
I know Critical. I had him on. Yeah, you recommend. I like Critical a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's my dude. It's the only fulfillment company that the madness both recommends and endorses. All right. Critical Blast for RJ is the bomb, but they demonetized RJ for reusing content because he was part of our network. And we were all, doing the multiple broadcast at once thing, just like right now, right? Okay, this show right now is going to my YouTube and my Facebook.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's like I'm all about the getting as many eyes as possible and throwing it out there in as many places as possible. I don't need everybody to go to my YouTube. I need everybody to watch. I don't give a shit where they're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be promoting people like you and comic creators and stuff. I just want more eyes.
You got me. It's for anyone out there trying to network based off their indie comics or novels or whatever. You got to hit up Pops. He definitely is very connected. I would say. Like, how would you? Okay, so everyone, I love Chuck Dixon. I think Chuck Dixon's great. I think Mike Baron's great. How in the world did you get those guys to give you a show on your network?
Okay, well, Mike's been a friend for a long time, and I can actually call Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, I can call Mike a friend because
Mike Baron, the guy who did Daredevil, the guy who did Punisher, right?
Yeah. Look, when I first started doing this, Mike is one of the people that lent credibility to what I was trying to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, Mike, Brian Polito, there was a lot of people back in the beginning that came out and said, "Yo, Pops is trying to do something good here. Everybody get on board." And they did, I mean, it's just grown and grown and grown. But Mike, like the first time I hit Mike up on Facebook to see if he wanted to be on CromCon, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "Hey, Mike, man, you think you might want to come out and do a little half-hour spot on CromCon, dude, so we can promote Florida Man?" Because he was Florida Man #1 was what he was doing. And he sent me a message back. "Here's my phone number, Pops. Give me a call." Mm-hmm. It wasn't text back and forth and stuff. We talked on the phone for like 90 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And Mike has been at probably 34 of the 36 CromCons that we've done. He's been on the show multiple times. He's been on everybody's show in the network. Okay, he's the one that said, "Yo, Pops, you need to get a hold of Chuck." Mm-hmm. Long time ago, right? And I mean, before I had a network, when it was just me promoting people. Okay, he's like, "Pops, you need to get a hold of Chuck and have him on your CromCon." Mm-hmm. So I said, "Chuck, email," and Chuck ignored me, and I sent Chuck another email. I mean, not necessarily ignored me. That shit probably went to the spam or whatever. It's not like he knew who I was or. You know what I mean? But after a little while, I think it was like he caught Mike, Mike caught him and said, "Hey, yo, you need to talk to Pops," And it was right about that time that we started thinking about the idea for the network. So it was just natural that it was like, "Hey, man, you want to bring that show? You want us?" And he goes, "Why?" I was like, "Chuck, can I replay your show on the network?" And he's like, "Why?" And I said, "I don't know, because we'll put it on 8 other platforms. Maybe we'll get you seen in some other places and get you some more people looking at what you do." And he's like, "Okay." Yeah. I mean, it's that simple, guys. You get seen in more places, in front of more people. When we go to Roku, this is a completely untapped audience. There ain't no comic, nothing on Roku. We're going to hit you with the splash, man, with 3,000 ready-to-watch videos on day one.
Right. All different types of shows, different types of audiences to tap in. You have shows for like people who just want horror. You have shows for people who just want comic book stuff. You have your own personal show. You have shows from legends like them, Mike Baron and Chuck Dixon. You have shows based around like 90s cartoons that people love and enjoy.
We have draw streams, gaming streams, D&D, video game streams. I mean, just everything. We even got a guy that's bringing his show to the network through the campaign, SK Hobbies out of Arizona, that builds RC cars. Mm-hmm. And, like videos, events and stuff, where they're doing racing and it's like a little mini monster truck thing. Everybody's out there with their RC cars instead of their monster trucks doing jumps. And it's awesome. Look, this network is for everything we love. It's not just comic book. I want a movie review. We don't have a movie reviewer or a comic reviewer in the network at all. We don't have a wrestling show. We don't have a sports commentary crack me up show that I can get back in love with sports again. Mm-hmm. All sports shows now are politics. Fucking stupid. I want humor with my sports. That's how I
yeah.
grew up.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, we grew up laughing at people like Joe Namath posing nude and shit, right? We laughed about that stuff when I was growing up. That was fun. You know, they kind of taking the fun out of sports, man.
Right.
I want a show that makes it fun again. You know, like what's his name that does a sports show, but Pat McAfee.
Right.
I want something like that, something funny sports show on the network. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I want all kinds of stuff. I don't want people to be locked in comic books. I want independent films. I want episodic indie shows.
Yeah,
okay?
like indie comics relay, like what they do, right? Yeah,
all kinds of stuff, man. There's so much cool stuff out there that we can bring to this network and drop it all on Roku in one place. Just like it's just like Netflix. People can go there, go through the whole menu, go, oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna watch that. Boom. And the whole playlist is there. You can watch season 1, season 2, season 3, get all the way caught up, and starting on the first of the year, the next season starts, you know, I mean, on Roku.
Right.
Look, we have picked up like over $1,000 in the last week toward this. Okay, it like waited until the end, but now we're gaining some momentum. So I want people to go check it out. Look, there's something for everybody on this campaign. It doesn't matter if you're a fan. It doesn't matter if you're a fan and you don't even watch Roku. If you just want to help us get this thing built, there's all kinds of cool stuff there just for fans. There's original art. There's some physical comics. There's tons of PDFs. I think it's the largest selection of PDFs on any campaign anywhere. There are 37 PDFs available on this campaign. It's crazy. So many people have donated their stuff to help us get funded. Okay. There's original art by a few different people. Jim O'Reilly, Bill Moss, Corey Barton has a piece on there. From Kozor. Look, there's some cool stuff on this campaign. If you're just a fan, that you can just go get for a good price, you know, and it'll help us build the network. Okay, there's original art. There's even a tier by Jeff Bracey called "Die a Horrible Death."
Right. Yeah.
Okay, and it's a commission piece. He's going to do this for 6 people. Okay, for $50, he will draw you being killed however you can see it in your mind and tell him. He will draw it for you that way.
I don't think I could ever see that.
By a dinosaur, if you want to be mauled by a wood chipper, whatever it is you want, he will draw that for you. Die a horrible death. 6 of them. He's draw 6 of them. $50 each. There's so much cool stuff just for fans. Now, you know about the showrunner thing, okay?
Right.
There are 4 different tiers for showrunners, and they are very simple. If you want to start your show going forward on the first of the year with no previous content downloaded, just start going forward with the network as it starts. $25 and you're in, guys. $25 and your show is on Roku. There is nowhere in the world where you're going to get your show on Roku for $25. Have somebody maintain it all year, put your stuff up there all year. Okay, this doesn't happen. Max is really doing us a solid by building this for us. Max Devill, guys from Atrocity Press, also a comic creator. Okay, has 5 different titles that they do regularly. Great dude, but he's also a genius. He is the guy who built the American Horrors channel for Hart Fisher. He built the American Classics, the old school Grindhouse channel that was on Roku. Max built that. He's built like 6 of these. Okay, he knows what he's doing. At the time, the Grindhouse channel on Roku was the most successful view-on-demand channel on Roku there was. Okay, it was like the Netflix of Roku. You know what I mean? It was like the biggest one. Okay, so I know he can build these. I know he's great at building these, and we're going to build another one. You know, Now we are about $2,000 away right now with 2 days to go. But see, $2,000 is 10 BIP sponsorships. It's a few movies and some more shows. It's some people buying some art. It won't take that much to get $2,000 when you look at everything that's available on this campaign. I just need some people to grab some of this stuff. All right. It's that simple. Go get some art. You know Drunk 3PO, right? J. David?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, there's 2 of his books, Achromatic Chronicles Blue, signed, that he donated because he believes in what we're doing. He donated them to us for this campaign. I didn't pay for them. Okay. He's like, yo, here you go, Pops. RJ hooks me up with a lot of stuff like that through the people that he does fulfillment for. Okay. He's also the one that got the Corey Buck.
You got to tell Mike Barron, hey, all the money you're going to make off your Goodying book from the Rippaverse. Just be like, hey man, I love what you're doing, but can you slide me like $3,000 and I'll pay you back in clout?
Mike has been so good to me, bro. And I ain't gonna lie. Look, anybody that wants to invest in this, you want to invest in this, go drop a big old donation and we'll talk percentages. Serious. If somebody wants to really invest in this and doesn't just want to buy a piece of art or whatever, and they want to get ground floor and seriously get down and help me make this freaking happen, yeah, I'm open to everything. I need this to fund. Look, everything I got is for sale. If you've seen me show anybody anything and you want it, go donate some. Go tell me what you want. We'll talk smack, and then you can go donate some money to the campaign, and I'll freaking ship it to you. You know what I mean? Anything. Okay. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I need this to fund. I need to get this rolling. I want it to launch on the 1st of the year.
Yeah. Because you would have 2 more months essentially, because you might have to extend the campaign goal. I've seen people hit their stretch goals.
We're at 60 days. We cannot extend. We got 2 days left. This is it, guys. That's what I'm saying. It's starting to pick up momentum, but I really, I can't stress enough that this is it. We need to get this done. And that's what I'm saying. I'm offering, if you want to invest, just straight invest in this, hit me up. I will talk, I will have Max drop fucking whatever kind of contract we need, and we'll make that solid as soon as possible, because I need this to fund. Pops needs something to do for the rest of his life, and this is what I want to do.
To be fair, if it doesn't work out, worst case scenario, you go work in the old folks' home and you start reeling off old people to their beds.
Dude, I can't go there.
Imagine you in an old folks' home. They probably couldn't even make you sit down in a chair for 10 minutes.
No, I'm a long way from hospice, bro. A long ways from hospice. But I do want to make sure everybody knows what's up, Andrew. I see Andrew in the Facebook. See, over on my Facebook where I put it. He brought his show. His show will be joining the network at the 1st of the year. Pop Animaniacs or whatever, something.
Right.
Yeah. And he does a lot of the wrestling and the cosplay interviews and stuff. So that kind of fills one of the holes that we don't have a lot of. We don't have a lot of the cosplayers stuff. But that dude, man, he interviewed porn stars and everybody. He don't give a shit.
He might need to slide them my way for research purposes, obviously.
I'm just saying, dude is he has no fear when it comes to getting out here and who he interviews. It's kind of cool. But yeah, we got just a ton of great shows, and I mean, one of my favorites is the Tuesday Morning Brew that Laurie does.
Yeah, Laurie's amazing. I had her on. She's great.
Dude, she is like so beyond amazing.
She's actually a picture perfect Texas lady. She talks like one, she looks like one, and she even wears a cowgirl hat. I was like,
but she's from up here in Michigan.
I knew that. Yeah. She looks like she's from Texas. She actually talks like she's from Texas, but she grew up in Michigan. It's like, oh my God. You can't
Yeah,
make this shit up.
her family's all up here. She moved down there, but her family's all up here in Michigan. It's funny. I didn't get to meet her when she was up here a few months ago for a wedding, but someday I'll get to meet Laurie. But what happened with Laurie is I had to show the Tuesday Morning Brew, and I was really getting burned out on the amount of shows that I was personally on.
Yeah, I've been that way too. Same way I had that when I had my main channel. I'd appear on like so many shows. I was like, I just gave it to someone. I was like, hey man, I'm passing out. You can take it. I'm burned. Yeah, I know how you feel, man. Yeah, shit, it's crazy.
So, and that was kind of where it kind of broadened out. Okay, first I gave the Tuesday Morning Brew to Laurie, right? And then I gave the show offs to Rex and Dave, and then Rex is not here anymore. But I mean, I'm doing that show again. I bring in people like John from John's Long Box, as a guest on that, because people that have stuff to show off. That's the whole point of the show.
Yeah,
right? The show offs. So it's just fun stuff, having a good time. But like I said, I was getting burned out, so I started giving shows away. Giving Laurie the Tuesday Morning Brew was probably the best fucking thing I ever did as far as this network goes, because
I think her show is like one of your highest viewed ones, actually. I think
that and Brian's Horror Movie Club, they kill it, both of them.
They do a very good job on that. Yeah, and
Doc's Coffee Shop doesn't reflect so much on my channel as it does on his. Okay, I mean, a lot of people from our network go to his channel and watch his show, and a lot of people from his network come over and watch shows on our shows. A lot of people from his channel come over here. That's one of the places where you truly see the crossover of the fan bases. Anything that has to do with Doc that we put on his channel actually probably gets just as many, if not more, views there than it does on ours, getting shown everywhere. You know what I mean? Because they have a good fan base already. Like I'm not doing a whole lot for Chuck Dixon. Come on, he gets 500 people watching every one of his shows. Okay, I'm not doing a lot.
You got to tell him who's boss. That's how it
there are people that don't YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the whole purpose. That's why we put it on Twitch, we put it on Twitter, we put it on Facebook. And, hopefully we get some new eyes on it. There are people, believe it or not, guys, that don't YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Another reason for Roku. There are people on Roku that watch Roku 24/7. They don't go anywhere else. There's enough content there to keep them satisfied forever, right? There's people the same way about Disney, the same way about Netflix, that pretty much they figure I pay for one streaming service and one only, and this one has everything I need, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, look, not everybody can afford 15 streaming services, guys. Let's be real.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I could get to the point where Netflix called me up and said, "Pops, we want your stuff on our network," yeah, I'd be like, okay, which ones? I'd be surprised, but I'd be okay, which ones? The whole point of that was building our own so that nobody has to decide which ones.
Yeah, because at any single point, potentially, I hope this never happens, is what if YouTube starts deeming his show like they start age restricting the content because just, it's YouTube. Anything is possible, right?
They can do whatever they want and never tell you. That's the whole point. They can turn you off. They can demonetize you. They can do whatever they want. They don't even have to tell you why. We're not going to do that to you. We're going to treat you guys with the respect that you deserve for the content that you're providing.
It's really weird because these kind of platforms are supposed to be places where you're supposed to be able to express yourself and your feelings and how you feel about various subjects, but the snap of the fingers, they could just take you away. I don't get it, man.
They don't have any respect for the people who, especially the ones that aren't monetized yet, because when they replay your show, they're getting all the ad revenue for it and everything, right? When somebody comes and watches your replay, and they got to stick their YouTube ads all up in your shit. They're getting paid for your stuff and you're not. And that's wrong. Period. Okay. So for Roku, when you bring your show to our network, and I'm not saying don't YouTube, I'm not saying don't Twitch, I'm not saying don't do all those other things. I'm saying do this too. Okay, do this too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bring your content over here. We throw it up there, and you get half of the ad revenue that Roku generates when people watch your show. You can have the ad revenue for your show.
Right. So I want to ask you this, because people bring this up to you a lot. So how would you go about getting traction on on Roku for all these different shows, actually?
We already have our foot in the door at Roku.
Ooh.
Like I said, the guy who built this, the guy who's building this has already built a bunch of Roku channels.
Okay. Well, that already answered. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We have an ad that's already running on the American Horror Channel, talking about us coming to Roku and what we're bringing. I mean, I thought this through. I wouldn't even be doing it if I hadn't hooked up with people that already have footprints on all these things, right? Okay, I don't have a footprint on any crowdfunding site other than people know me from promotion, right? But I don't have campaigns that I've run that I have any kind of reputation or mailing list or anything, right? So I had to go to other people. Hey, you want to run my campaign for me? Because you have a presence on Kickstarter. Okay, so Timothy Fling from Water Wars 2088, Earth Dog Studios. He's the guy that stepped up and said, yeah, Pops, I'll run your campaign. Let's do this. You know, Laurie is the one that pretty much built the campaign page. I mean, Timothy started it, and Laurie just like has maintained it and added stuff and kept it up to date and done everything since then, because Tim had some surgery that he's still recovering from. He's kind of off the internet right now, kind of completely. Laurie picked up the ball and ran with it, dude. She's been awesome. You know, keeping this thing going and keeping me from just freaking out. Man, this is the second time that I've had a campaign manager flake out on me. Not flake. Timothy didn't flake out, but you know what I'm saying. Like in the middle of the campaign, just boom.
Something happened. Yeah. Just something
I
happened.
don't got nobody doing the stuff.
Right.
You know, and it's like, so Laurie like totally saved my ass, stepped up and took that, and love her, man. She's just so much. And not only that, guys, her series, Path of the Pale Rider, that is one of the deepest, most layered stories of any comic out there right now. There just ain't nobody that has put together a story like this where there are so many things you can do with it. And, you know, so many, everybody's got so many questions. What about this? How about that? What about that? The bugs don't die. Nothing dies. Nothing dies. The food you're eating didn't die. Well, what about you can eat plants? The plants don't die. Nothing dies. You're eating. It's like, it's so layered. Okay, the political ramifications of dead people still living and being cognizant. Not like zombies, although they get that way over time. Okay, it's the brain decays and shit, right? But in the beginning, when they first die, they're still cognizant, they're still coherent, right? It's what a creepy concept,
right? Yeah, the concept was really cool. I liked it. Yeah,
dude, Laurie's amazing. And if you like that story and you want to get drawn into that story, the only way you can is in the next 2 days, you back that tier on the Roku campaign. She didn't even have that on her own campaign. She put that exclusively on the Roku campaign because she believes in what we're trying to do. She wants her show to be on Roku. Look, everybody gets it that has already pledged. And there's a lot of people standing on the sidelines going, why? Why should I do that? Why should I do it? Why not? Why not be ground floor? Look, all the people that were ground floor on YouTube when dude was offering to bring your shows onto his new little baby platform, right?
Yeah.
Look at all those guys now. Those are the guys with 15 million subs.
Yeah.
Right?
Rumble does the same thing. They buy people to bring their shows there. Yeah.
But I mean, ground floor. Rumble's been around for a while. Like I said, I have 1,000 videos on Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble's been around
Comic Talk with Pops. Yeah. I think it was Comic Talk with Pops back then, back when before I became the network. That's just 1,000 of my own videos.
Yeah, now you're just a hub of
Yeah, I mean, so if you go look at my Roku, man, that's 1,000 of just me. My shows, the CromCons and Monday Madness, and all, we had a lot of content before I decided to build a network. Now it's crazy. Now, if you look at my YouTube, there's 2,600 videos there.
Yeah.
That YouTube channel isn't but three years old with any kind of serious work put into it. Like I said, I wasn't even building a YouTube channel.
Right.
I was just using it as a beta test. Can I get enough people involved in this to go build a Roku channel? Because me and Max was talking about this for almost a year now. You know, what it would take. He already knows exactly what it costs because he's built 6 of them. You know, now sure, server costs might fluctuate just a tiny bit, but we took that into consideration.
Right.
You know, it's a couple months down the road before we purchased that stuff. So, you know, I mean, stuff like that, you got to watch out for the fluctuation. But for the most part, this thing that's what it costs, bare bones, to build a Roku channel. About $5,000. Okay, because you got to have the servers, you got to have the streamer and the analytics and all that. Now we're adding in the Pro StreamYard for the people that bring their shows that don't have Pro StreamYard. Okay.
Yeah, because Pro StreamYard allows you to be in multiple places. So if you pay for the $25 tier, you can only multi-stream to 3 places. If you pay for the Pro one, you can do like 5, 8. I think 8 actually. Yeah. Yeah. And that costs quite a bit of money doing that solo too. You know?
So you come into our studio, okay, you save yourself $600. You come into our studio, you do your show on your channel, whatever, on your YouTube, on your Twitch, everywhere. And then when it's over, you download it right there in StreamYard, because you just go to past shows and you can download it right there out of StreamYard, right?
You get
and send it to Max and we upload it to Roku.
Yeah.
That's simple, guys.
Right.
It's that freaking simple. You're still doing your shows everywhere you do them. We're offering you a platform to use, a streaming service to use to send it, a streaming service to play it on. $25, and everybody hasn't brought their show.
Yeah, it's a lot of untapped audience there. Yeah, yeah. It's another thing because before I ask you a few other things, this thing points out too, because I know you talked about the indie creators too, and I think the indie creators that are out there now, whether they're doing what you're doing, whether they're doing what I'm doing, you know, there seems to be a lot of like war on each other for just no apparent reason. Have you seen that, man? It's so unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. Yeah.
Red sports are dumb. They don't sell comics. Okay. They don't sell comics. Okay. It might seem like you got some people watching your show that are going, yeah, but that's because they're entertained by your show. Doesn't necessarily mean they're buying your comics. For those that do, awesome. At least, you know, showing support for the people. But when I see 2 people warring, especially 2 people with good sized fan bases that cross over, all you've done is brought the people back to their own sides again. Don't beef. I mean, really, don't publicly beef with each other, because now I hate to do this, but Eric and Ethan, you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. I don't care who did what, none of that. The fact that it was public didn't help either one of you, because you were both getting fans off the other guy. And now everybody pulled back to their own fucking base again. You guys were going to make extra money.
Right.
Now you're not. You didn't gain any customers through that public Twitter beef. You both lost that cross promotion, that cross connection in the fan bases. I just read at ISOM #1, and I don't do reviews, and I didn't read it looking for the next gotcha moment.
Really?
Okay?
Hold on. You purchased a book from a black man? What?
Oh.
What? You supported a black man and his endeavors? What?
You know this guy?
Yeah.
Do you know this guy right here?
No. Maybe.
This guy right here.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He's a member of the Madness. Ugly's good. All right. But the title of his book, I can't say.
Right.
But I can wear the shirt, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm 100% behind what he's doing, but his choice of a title made it hard for a white guy to be able to promote his book too much. Ugly N-word, dude. I can't say that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't say that. So we just go ugly. We just go with the ugly. You know? But he knows who he is, and he knows I appreciate what he does in indie comics, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're left or right.
Yeah.
Now, if you look, you heard my analogy about the fence.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. The farther away you get in it, the more chance you're going to step in somebody's shit.
It's true.
You know,
yeah.
If you're extreme far left or extreme far right and you're trying to do comics, you're probably going to have a very small fan base. You know, I mean, you can't be extreme, guys. You got to at least acknowledge that there's some good shit going on close to the fence, too. Be centrist when it comes to promotion, when it comes to everything, when it comes to indie comics.
Right.
Try not to lean so far over that you lose customers. Just don't. Everybody don't got to know. Everybody don't got to know how far you lean. You know? Everybody don't got to know that.
Yeah.
Most
of the time, they don't care anyway. You know, most of the time, they don't care where you politically lean. They just care about, are you going to deliver a good product? That's all they care about.
Normies don't care. That's exactly true. Normies do not care.
Yeah.
All they care about is whether or not your book's good. Now, I'm a fan of comics. I've been a fan of comics all my life. I've been a promoter for the last couple of years. Okay. I'm a fan. I read comics for fun and for entertainment. Like I said, I read Isom. I was entertained.
That's
I wasn't
kind of
looking for the next.
Speak,
right? I wasn't looking for a reason to go, oh, this is trash or whatever. That's not why I read comics, guys. And if that's why you read comics, you're reading them for the wrong reason. Buy stuff you think you might like and read it and enjoy it and be happy. Everybody would be happy if you know what I mean? It's like all this infighting, all this guy's book is trash, that guy needs whatever. Look, read it because you love it. Back it because you love it. Promote it if you love it.
Right.
Don't drop that share, drop that retweet. If it's something that you love and you liked it and you want everybody to know, just simple retweeting it lets people know you liked it.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you don't have to go out and write a 3-page review. Just retweet it every time you see it. People will get it. Oh man, dude must have really liked that. He's always retweeting that dude's stuff. He must really like that. Yeah. People can come to those conclusions on their own, you know?
Yeah. And this is the thing, man. When people like read and review stuff, it feels so like, I don't know what they're trying to do. They try to do everything else and talk about everything else but the actual product itself. They're focusing on all this like outside bullshit that doesn't even matter to the actual product made, you know? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I read comics for fun, to be entertained. Now, if I'm not entertained, then I'm probably not retweeting that a whole bunch. I'm probably not buying the next one. But I'm not going to go out and tell people, hey, man, that was shit. Don't back that. I don't take food off people's table, guys.
Yeah.
That's bottom freaking line right there. Shitty business.
Right.
Don't play cancel culture games. Don't try to take food off somebody else's table. If you're not down, just don't be down. But don't try to talk other people into not being down too, because they might like it.
Right. Yeah.
They might.
That's the thing. What Eric was doing, what Eric did, and is currently still doing, what you're attempting to do, and what Luke, because you know Luke Stone, right, from my comic guy, Luke. This is like, people don't understand, for the like this kind of scene to evolve, we need these kinds of things. People doing their own thing and actually making it a legitimate business. Because the thing, as you mentioned with normies, what do normies like? Comfortability. Normies like security and comfortability, that the people that are in charge are going to be delivering the products. Now, the reason why people don't even back books is because, well, you're backing just this random person with no like structure to them, so you may not even get your book, and that'd be the reason why that some people would be like a little apprehensive on, backing a book actually. And I think people got to understand, if you provide, and if other people like yourself come through and they provide levels of structure to this, which is vastly needed in this scene, that's how it's going to improve. You see all these indie people talk about like all this other stuff, like creatives and this and book this and comic book this and novel that. What we really need to understand is a idea of how this would evolve is people not just like knocking out criticism, because there's always going to be these people. They're always going to exist, right? There are always going to be people that are going to be critical. There's going to be naysayers on a lot of things. But these people are going to be there whether or not you're successful or trying to do what you're doing at all.
Yep.
These people don't matter at the end of the day. They can have their criticisms, but most of their criticisms is bullshit anyway. I'm just being honest here. I was reading through a lot of that shit. Like you said, it's like a retard wrote that shit, dude. It's like an actual idiot wrote this, because this is stuff that people have already thought in their brains. They probably talked to many other people about this stuff, in-depth conversations about it potentially. And this person, many people are trying to bring up, like, they're not even being like critical, I would say. They're being like contrarians. They just have to be different because it's just being different. They're not actually serious about their position. They just have to be on the opposite side because it's just the opposite position to take. Like,
yep.
What's wrong with people doing this Iron Age thing? What's wrong with that? Because wouldn't you say it'd be a liberal take if it's not bothering you, why do you care then? You could just use that. If it doesn't bother you, why does it bother you? People want to make their own stuff and create their own books or graphic novels or whatever. Why does that bother you? You're not spending money on this stuff. You're broke. You ain't doing shit but talking noise on Twitter.
It cracked me up, man, because there's so many of these. There's so many of these channels that focus on negative for likes. They focus on the negative to get them likes, to get them views. And it's like, that's all well and good, guys. But once you get to that monetization, then you got to be careful. Because the only way to keep the monetization is to not cross the YouTube lines. But the YouTube lines change every day. Okay? The next algorithm's going to bite you at some point. You're always going to have to worry about what you're saying. Like what Doc says, I'm sick of biting my tongue. You catch him in the middle of his show going, I can't say that. And it's like, because he's worried about getting the whole channel or getting somebody else on the network, like RJ, demonetized, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has to worry about how it's going to affect somebody else. And nobody wants their channel taken down. Nobody wants their channel demonetized. And that's the one thing I can guarantee you as the guy running this network on Roku is that those are a couple things you ain't going to have to worry about. Drop your show over here. Give us a chance. You're going to be ground floor, man. We're going to do this for a whole year. We're funding it for the whole year. If it takes off, you're going to be ground floor on something you're going to be glad you got in on for $25. I mean, it's like, come on, guys. It's not like I'm over here going, give me $1,000 and you can get in on this. Just help us build it and you can get in on this. It's that simple. Help us build it and you can get in on this. As a sponsor, there's a bunch of different ad tiers that you can get in on. Man, there's just so much on the campaign. Do you have the link? Can you drop the link over there on Roku? How does that work?
Yeah, I'm going to drop it on Rumble right now, actually. Yeah. Give me like 1 second. I do like what you guys are doing. It's something. This is basically the same thing as Luke and Fun Like Comic. I know people like that idea a lot. This is pretty much almost the exact same thing. So it's going to be even bigger.
We were thinking about this at the same time. Luke was thinking about that, but he had like a little bit more financing and people in place doing stuff right from the beginning. And in my case, it was like, I needed to test the waters. I needed to do the beta test. Can we get enough people involved in this to make it worth doing? And then can we finance it? Because I'm not going to go out there and finance it unless I know people are interested and they're down, right? Okay. Bottom line is I'd have to sell a lot of stuff to finance it myself. I'll sell anything to help finance it, no doubt. okay, because I believe in it. But at the same time, somebody's got to buy the stuff. Or I'm broke. It's the same thing. Okay, we got original art on the campaign. You go watch the show-offs. You go watch the show-offs on our network. 60-something episodes, 50-something episodes, and you see something in any of those where I showed something, I held something up, and you want it, you just hit me up. Hit me up. We'll make a tier for it or something. I promise. I need $2,000 more to make this happen. And, you know, anything I got, look, I got boxes and boxes of comics, obviously. Okay. I got art. I got all kinds of shit. Something you want, hit me up. If I got it, we'll deal. We'll put it toward the campaign so I can build this thing. I'm that serious, guys. I'll sell half my shit to make this happen. Okay. You know?
I wish I could go on OnlyFans right now, sell my butthole for $3,000 and give it to you.
I said I sell my shit, but not where it came from.
Oh Lord! And if people want to see what the campaign, so if you're watching this obviously live, this is what the campaign is. I dropped the link in the fucking hell. I dropped the link in the live chat. Actually, I think Pops yeeted himself.
Sometimes StreamYard just don't like me.
And this is the actual campaign itself, you know. As you guys know, Brett, who did Vigilante's Creed, he was at this point. At one point, it's getting backers is hard. You know, getting an audience is hard. You got this far. I know you can get more. There, it's gonna happen.
I know it's there. Like, we got 2 days left. I know there's a lot of people that have been waiting to see what happens or what it looks like. Look, it's time, guys. Like I said, even if you're just a fan and there's some stuff here that you want, you'll help.
You just want to just pledge. I mean, what Laura says too. If you just wanted to pledge a couple bucks, just toward it, you know.
Now that referral thing right there, go back up for a second, because there is a referral program. Back down. Back down. One more down. One more. That
there we
right
go.
there.
Got it.
There's a referral program, guys. If you talk somebody you know into bringing their show to this campaign through or to the network through this campaign, I will give you a free 3-month ad next year on Roku, where we will play your ad at least 3 times a day for 90 days. Talk one of your friends into bringing a show, you get a free ad spot for 90 days next year, whenever you want it, you know, around your campaign, around some kind of event you're doing, whatever, will give you ad space. You can give that ad space to somebody else, whatever. It don't matter, okay? But the point is there is a referral program here, and the reason being is we have tons of content, lots of shows. We don't have a lot of ads. People's ads are going to get played to the point of driving people nuts. We need more ads, so we got more variety, right? You know what I mean? As it is now, anybody who's buying ad space, their ads are going to get played a lot, dude, because there just ain't that many.
I want to have one of me taking off my shirt and touching my nipples and then putting salt on them.
Will that bring views to your network? Then do it.
Now, it sounds like a good idea in theory. Executing it might be a little hard, actually. You know?
Now, as you can see, we got a bunch of PDF bundles.
Yes.
Bunch of different companies that threw full bundles of comics, 3, 4, 5, 6 comics at us. Okay, 37 in all, and you can get all 37 of them in one giant bundle if you'd like. Anybody who buys a piece of original art, whether it's a full-size piece or a sketch card, will get PDFs as well.
Right.
Okay, just like little bonus. If you get a sketch card, you get a PDF of your choice out of all them 37. You pick the one you want, you get it. The Mike Baron Hart Fisher book is gone. I'm sorry, that one's gone. Somebody grab that. Like I said, we got original art by Bill Moss, guys. We got original art from Jim O'Reilly. That right there is cool. Joe Bachman, he does wood burnings.
Okay.
Those are Christmas ornaments. You get a set of 4 for $20, you get a PDF. it's Christmas. What can I tell you? There's your die a horrible death tier. Jeff Bracey. Get yourself drawn dying however you want. If you know our boy Doc Blalock, he actually donated one of his fine art paintings. His stuff is sold for thousands in art galleries. Okay, he threw one up here for $400, guys. Actual Doc Blalock fine art painting. Just a bunch of cool stuff. Like I said, we got all kinds of different sponsorship tiers. 1 month, 3 months.
If you ever get independent films, because that's been a thing too. There have been people in the scene that want to do their own movies, but there's just no place to put them because Amazon and all these other places that would want you to put them on their platforms, it's a literally deep dive in hell to get that shit up there.
And look, this is going to be so simple. You're not going to get buried underneath all the mainstream shit. It's just going to be our guys, independent comics or independent films, right? So, you know, if we can get 20 or 30 movies up here that are just independents, not the big guys, you guys aren't going to have to compete against Paramount. You're not going to have to compete against those guys for views on this network. It's going to be for us, for our people that make movies, for our people that make shows. You know what I mean? We'll put your movie up for the whole year for $100, guys. You get half the ad revenue it generates for the whole year. Okay, so you know, it doesn't matter what you're doing, what you drop down with us. You're going to get half of that Roku ad revenue that your show generates, that your movie generates. Doesn't matter. You get half.
Right.
We want it to be as simple to write out in contract and as simple for everybody to understand as humanly possible, because I gotta run this thing. I ain't Mr. I ain't even trying to make it complicated. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
I don't care about algorithms. There won't be none on our network. I don't care about your data. We won't be using it or sharing it.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
So you don't care that I watch like, you know, lesbians eat each other out for like 20 minutes each night, right?
Well, see, that's the thing about Roku. They're pretty lax about some of that stuff. I don't know, but it won't be probably on our network.
Yeah. Since my data, I have like, you know, lesbian centipedes that I like to watch sometimes, you know, maybe you guys might need that information where I get it from. And I don't know, man, you never know.
No, you know what I'm saying? They sell people's like, buyer information. They tell everybody what you buy.
Yeah.
They sell that
weird.
information so that those people like target you as a customer and what wait, look, I'm not going to be involved in marketing people's mailing lists or data or anything. I don't have time for that shit. Don't know how anyway. Look, you guys know I come out here first thing in the morning. I start doing what I do. I do it all day. I promote, I retweet, we run shows, we set up shows for the next day, we promote them. We're always working out here to get people seen. That's my job. That's what we do. You know,
and I understand how you feel too. Like some days it can get a little discouraging when there's not enough traction on whatever you're doing. It just,
dude, sometimes you know it's always an uphill battle.
Right, yeah.
Okay? But like when you get over a hump, like when I first started doing this network thing, when I first started doing CromCon, let's go all the way back to there. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea of nothing about tech. I was the boomer of all boomers, right? And I jumped in with both feet and started doing a full weekend show, 12 hours, one creator after another, the whole freaking day. Had no idea what I was doing, right? I realized right away, I'm going to need a co-host. Oh, shit, I'm going to need somebody who knows something about tech because I don't. And I started reaching out and grabbing these people as the snowball was rolling downhill. You know what I mean? And I just started reaching out and grabbing people. Help me make this happen. Help me make this happen.
But that's another thing people forget. Like even someone like you that's been just doing this, you need a team of people. You couldn't do this by yourself. You know, like even me, like to do these one-on-one shows, I need someone to do those panel shows that I do. I need people. Like guys, don't be one of those arrogant pricks. You can't do it alone in life. You need help. You know.
I'm one of them people. First off, I mean, I'm inherently a defer to those who know kind of guy. Okay, I'm not going to get under the hood of my car and fuck it all up after it breaks down, fuck it up worse, and then call a mechanic? Right? I'm going to call a mechanic. Although cars I know about, I don't need to call a mechanic. But just as an analogy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to just go in there and think I know what I'm doing if I don't. Right? I'm not going to go make the matter worse. I'm going to call somebody who knows what they're doing, have them come over here, check this out, and fix it. And if they do a good job, that's who I'm always going to call. You see what I'm saying? It's like that guy's going to become part of the team. That's kind of what has happened here. Laurie became part of the team. Doc became part of the team. Max, dude, without Max, well, I mean, without all of them, without Timothy, without Doc, without RJ, without all these guys, this Roku thing don't happen. Okay, they've all been an integral part of making sure that we can pull this off. Right. So that's the team. All right. And no matter how great of an idea it is, without that team, I can't do that shit. That's just a stone cold fact. That's beyond me. I cannot do all that. You know.
Yeah, the same here for anybody that knows me, do the panel shows. Without the panelists I've had on rotating out on this brand, and just like you, I embarked on a new adventure on like this platform to do this show after I lost what I had on YouTube, and I couldn't do it by myself. You know, not possible. I'm old. My back hurts some days.
Get out there. Get out of here, boy. What, you ain't even half my age, are you?
No, I'm 28.
Yeah, you ain't even half my age.
I'm gonna need some like fucking medicine to make me not go through my fucking bone structure dying on me probably. But then again, that's why we're here every day. You know, we're also every day because we just love doing it. You know, I just love doing this. This is amazing. I just love that I can do this. I have an opportunity to do this. Actually,
when I started doing this, I mean, really, before I started actually promoting, I would just come out on other people's Facebook groups and put little videos up of what I scored, what came in the mail today, or whatever. You know, I'd do a little video. Hey, look what I got today. Or if we went to the LCS and got a little stack, I'd go through the stack with what we got. You know, that was what I would do in Facebook groups, other people's. And then when I started finding Kickstarters and people that were doing crowdfunding, I started promoting people. I started getting kicked out of Facebook groups. You can't promote that here. We don't like when you just promote that stuff. You don't like comics? Oh, I don't like that I don't like that crowdfunding stuff. What? Comics, man. Those guys are artists. They're creators. Same, right?
Remember, I was having that thing with that one weirdo who was trying to dox me, and I was like, "What is wrong with you people? You can't say factual shit. What?" I was going like, "What is wrong with you?" Some weirdo brony guy, probably reading My Little Pony comic books. I don't know who the fuck you're selling that dog shit to. Sitting there going like, "Here, this is your real name from your Facebook page that's public." I'm like,
"Yeah, I remember that, dude. I remember that." It's like, why?
I was like, what is if the haters I have will crawl out of the fucking holes like cockroaches, like mouses holding cheese. They're like, "Please, daddy, give me some attention." It's like, what is wrong with you, weirdo?
Well, once every 6 months, right?
Yeah. Once every 6 months, they need their fucking block of cheese from their dad. You know, that way they don't starve. It's so weird, man, because like, there's always people that are just trying to basically rain on someone's parade, even though they're the same person that'll be like, "Man, if that's not bothering you, just let them do what they gotta do." And it's like, I hate people, man. I want to strangle people so hard.
Look, there's people out there that when I first met them complained about the cancel culture.
Yeah.
Right? And of course I am firmly against it. Okay, I don't think it's cool to take food off somebody else's plate. I don't give a shit.
Sure.
You know, I mean, as long as they didn't break the law or any fucking pedos or whatever, I don't give a shit what they're doing, right? Don't care. Okay, that's them. Live and let live. If you go out and actively tell people, "Don't back this, don't do this, don't help that guy, don't," you know what I mean? If you're actively working against an indie comic creator, you're not the hero of the story. You're just not. Okay? I mean, that's villain shit. Don't be a cancel culture clown. Just ignore it if you don't like it. Just ignore it, right? I will never, you'll never catch me going out and telling somebody, don't back that person's book. You will never hear those words come out of my mouth on a live stream. You won't see it in a post or a tweet. You just won't. I don't do that. I don't believe in cancel culture. At the same time, I know people that complain about it, but then turn around and use cancel culture tactics on somebody else. They'll complain about it. I don't like the way they're treating me. And then they'll go, well, they did it to me. I can do it to them. No, dude. No.
Because that just creates a cycle of
like them.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember you were going after like a lot of you were going hard at the politicians for all that bullshit they were doing. Like, dude, just defending Mike Pence of all people.
I can't stand it. I'm a constitutionalist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a constitutionalist. Both sides be stepping on the law of the land. I try to point that out no matter which side it is. Okay. I get a lot of shit from both sides. Same with comic books. Okay. There's people that don't like me because I promote people on the other side of their imaginary fence. I promote people on both sides of y'all's imaginary fence, as long as they're not offensive. You know what I mean? It's like, as long as they're not out there trying to cancel you, I'll probably promote them. I just don't like promoting people that use cancel culture tactics. I think that's when you've crossed the line and you're not providing a service or a product anymore. You're providing an opinion. I want your comic book, not your opinion. I just don't care. You know,
the idea of like things being way too politicized now. Things are just way too politicized. It takes and sucks the fun out of everything. Yeah, you know, man. Yeah.
I want to sit here and laugh. So in order to sit here and laugh, I have to be entertained.
Yeah.
Okay? And now, one of the first books that I really heavily promoted was Florida Man for Mike Baron, because he got banned on Reddit. Okay. And now at that point, I considered Mike a great friend of mine, because this dude didn't want to talk to me on text. This dude wanted to talk to me on the phone and gave me his phone number. And I was like, okay, this dude's cool. Next thing I hear about Mike Baron is he's been banned on Reddit and they're not promoting Florida Man, and blah, 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 blah. And I went on a crusade to promote Florida Man. I mean, I was everywhere talking about it, dropping the link, telling people, don't let them do this to this man. This man has provided us all with a lifetime of entertainment. Do not let social media cancel this man. You know, and anybody can tell you I promoted the hell out of Mike ever since, everything he does. And, you know, I have a nice little stack of Mike Baron comics, indie comics that Mike Baron's done, Buddy McGirt, a whole bunch of it, right? Nexus Triplets, I got a bunch of it. I love what Mike Baron does. One time I was interviewing Mike Baron, and there was a knock at the door. And I went to the door, and it was my grandkid's grandmother from the other side. Okay, not mine. You know, grandma from the other side, okay? And she has a couple of comics that she's bringing to the grandkids. I'm interviewing Mike Baron as somebody's walking in the door with a Badger comic. At the same time I was interviewing him, somebody was walking in the door with a comic written by him for one of the kids. I was like, get out of here. Mike, they're just coming through the door. I showed him. They just walked in the door, a book written by him while I was interviewing him. It was crazy, dude. I love doing this. I don't want to ever have to stop doing this. And I want the madness to outlive me. I want people like you to be keeping this thing going long after I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to die with me. I want it to just grow.
The only thing that's gonna die with me is my crusty socks and my sheets. That's the only thing we're getting when we're dead. Crusty socks and sheets. That's it.
Now, I did have something that I wanted to send you.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a kick out of this because I dropped this on Rumble a long, long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little video that we did. And I think you'll appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if everybody will, but I'm pretty sure you will. So I just dropped it in your Twitter inbox, man.
Yeah.
I did my own Call Me Freedom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now you can play that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
There we got to throw credit out to Dark Gift and Good Stuff and Good Stuff's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
They're all part of this. You can play it if you want. It's a couple years old now, but
good Lord, I will definitely play it.
This was at the height of the pandemic.
Oh yeah. Oh God, man. And I have to get to a collab after this, but hey, man, it was a great chatting with you again. You know, second appearance in the show. People loved you the first time. They're like, yeah, bring Pops back. And I was like, Pops is a very busy man. Like, can't be just asking like, hey, Pops, just keep him on this time and this day. It's like, that's not how that works, people. Especially with one-on-one shows. That is just not how that works. But you know, I will definitely heed your advice on how to build, you know, groups. I've always just been very bad at building groups, and I just kind of get frustrated and leave them. You know,
see,
I hate it.
When you build it, though, you get to decide what the theme is going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you might, like for me, I got a dozen admins because there's been that many people that have been part of what we've been building all this time. Mm-hmm. And every now and then it'll be like, hey man, that guy really helps promote what we're doing. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to admin the group, be a part of what we're really doing. That's when it really starts to grow, when you have other people helping you maintain it and sharing stuff out, and you know, that's really how the groups grow, is word of mouth and shares. Right. You know, but they don't come after you for the ads. They don't come after you and try to get you to spend money on the groups. That's strictly a page thing, and that's why I don't have one. Mm-hmm. You know, and groups are more fun too because the people can actually interact.
Yeah, you can make your own, like, just like on Discord, you can make your own group chat and have people just directly talk in there. So there's people in there that aren't going to be like directly on Facebook that want to just talk in the group chat. Mm-hmm. You can be there too. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? I should probably build one of those Facebook fan pages. They seem very effective, and there's an audience there. It's crazy how people just don't view it like it's just this old relic. But people people are on your age, maybe like your kid's age, around that time period, they would have a Facebook page. Most people have a Facebook page. And why not be there to have an audience there? People are going to join groups just to see what the feed is like, because they just want to scroll through something. You know, there's no reason for people not to be there, other than they just don't like the platform itself. You know? Yeah,
well, I mean, a lot of people don't, because you got to admit,
Mark Zuckerberg
for the most part leaned left.
Very, very.
Twitter kind of leans right. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to show everybody that there's a middle.
There's not. Well, you mean there's a middle ground and all this stuff? No way. No.
I have tons of people, friends of mine, that are on both sides of this imaginary fucking line that everybody's drawing in the sand, which is in different places for everybody in their own mind. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? That line is not like in the stone. It's in the sand, and it moves for everybody's perception of what is going on. Okay? So your center might not be the same as my center.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So everybody has to understand that. First off, we're not even looking at the grid in the same way. We're all individuals. Be an individual. You know, be you. I get way more behind somebody I know is being honest with me than I can with people that I know are putting on a facade. Okay. I like people that are real, and you can pretty much tell, man, especially like you get them at a con, you meet them at a con, you know, if that's the same guy that you were talking to online for the last 6 months, you know what I mean? You catch them real. That's when you know, right? That was why I liked what Mike did, wanted me on the phone. He wanted to hear the inflection in my voice. He wanted to know, you know what I mean? He wanted to hear my voice. He wasn't not just, you know what I mean? Look how much is lost in translation, in text.
Right. Context in general. Yeah.
Dude, it's horrible. And too many people use that as their main form of communication. And probably 90% of misunderstandings begin with a text taken out of context.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic. Oh, too late. Them feelings were hurt. Fuck, it's all over. You know what I mean? Happens all the time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's better to just talk to people for real, dude. Call them up. You got something important.
That's man. I gotta hit up these OnlyFans thoughts on the text messages. Back in, you know, I got this technology now. But yeah, man, if you could ever, you know, get Mike Baron to talk to me, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could.
That's not even a problem, man. Bloody Red Baron on Twitter.
Yeah, his DMs are off. I'm pretty sure you could imagine why.
All right.
Yeah, someone like him having his DMs open for these trolls that follow his account. Oh my god!
This is an even better reason to get on Facebook, because a lot of the people that you might be trying to contact, you can't on Twitter, but you can on Facebook because they're in the madness.
I'm not gonna lie.
All these people are in the madness, bro. They're really easy to find.
I'm not gonna lie. That is a good idea, actually. But yeah, it's crazy that you mentioned that, you know, Facebook is a very valuable platform, but this, you know, people got to make sure who cares about their politics. You're not there for Facebook. No one goes to Facebook for for the politics. Who gives a fuck about that?
They shouldn't go to Twitter for that either.
Yeah,
they shouldn't. Sure. Okay, if you're an indie comic creator and you're trying to network, you go to Twitter to promote your stuff.
Yeah.
Now I know some people that are really good at it. They drop in there, they drop their stuff, and they get out. Right. I get caught by somebody said something stupid. You know? I get caught. I admit it. I'm horrible with Twitter, but I'm really good with Facebook because I can go right into my group. I don't even have to look at my feed. Ever.
Right. And the last thing I'll ask you before we head out, which is, well, two things. So the first thing is you guys did celebrate 4-year anniversary, which is good. You know, I celebrated I think our anniversary is the same month. I celebrated 8 years of doing this content creation since 2015. You celebrated 4 years, so you know you gotta earn your dues, old man.
I gotta catch up.
No, but how was your celebration though? How's it feel knowing you've been doing this for 4 years since 2019?
That was the 4-year anniversary of the Facebook group.
Oh yeah,
that was the Facebook group. The YouTube ain't that old yet. Okay,
yeah.
But the Twitter's only 21. I made the Twitter page in 21. It's only like 2 years old.
So in total, you know, you've been celebrating for 4 years. So that must be a good feeling. Yeah.
This was, well, like when I started the group, like I said, it wasn't a networking group yet.
Yeah.
COVID did that. When everything got shut down, that's when the group turned into a way for me to help people promote their stuff. And that's when it really started to grow because more and more people came there to drop their links for their campaigns, drop their links for their shows. More people were seeing somebody else's show and seeing that guest and trying to get that guest on their show. And the cross pollination of this thing has just, you know, come on, 4 years and it's 5 times as big as it was when we started. You know, I mean, and it's all real people. Like I said, it's not fake people. It's real comics fans. It's not bots. It's real comic creators. Brian Polito is a founding member. Greg Horn was a founding member. This thing is, you know, I mean, it was legit from day one. It's been fun. I love promoting indie comic creators. I want them to help me to keep being able to promote indie comic creators on a new platform in front of a new audience that might bring y'all some more new sales and new customers. That's my goal, is to get everybody more. I want y'all to get more. You know, I don't care what it is you're looking for, but I want you to get more of it. If it's backers, if it's eyes on what you're doing on your shows, I don't care what it is. Whatever you're trying to get, I want to help you get that.
Yeah.
Okay? If there's something you think needs to be on the campaign, you'd back it. If it was there, tell me. I'll put it there.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. If there's a tier for sponsors that you think should be there that's not there, you tell me. If there's a tier for a showrunner that's not there that you think should be there, tell me. If I got something you want, fucking tell me. I want this thing to fund, guys.
Yeah. So last thing I ask you, man. Any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular? Anything else you want to say before we head out?
My whole team, bro. My whole team, my whole group, everybody on the network that has brought content, that has been consistent, that, you know, come on, man. I don't have anything without all these people giving me a reason to do this, right. The content and, you know, the credibility, putting their support behind what I'm doing. None of this happens without everybody, even you giving me time on your show 2 times this month. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It takes all of us. Mm-hmm. It really takes all of us to help everybody grow and everybody to get to the level they're trying to get to. For me, Roku isn't just another stepping stone, guys. I got a bigger plan. Help me get to this one and we go on to the next one. You know, there's an empire to be built.
Right. Yeah. And I tell people, hey, back and fund the stuff you enjoy.
Yes.
If you genuinely do enjoy it, you know, I hate when people go, I enjoy this, but their support is like just non-existent. It's like, you know, you need more fire like that. You know, we've got to get out there and create, you know. Yeah. So I tell people, let's get out there and create. That's what we got to do.
Well, I know that over the last 4 years, I have promoted hundreds of indie comic creators on my network and on my shows. Hundreds. And I'm not asking for everybody to throw hundreds at me, but come on, y'all, help me get this thing, man. We're only $2,000 away. We can do this.
Yeah.
We can
it's
do
very possible.
This. You know,
people spend fucking hell $25 on bullshit weekly. You know, like look shit they don't even need. They'll probably fucking buy bags of chips that aren't even gonna open in that same day. I'd imagine. You know,
look, I just look at, like, I know that the market is thin. Okay, right. YouTube's saturated. Rumble's going to be saturated. The more people move their shows over there, at least when we bring this thing to Roku, it's all in one place and easy to find. Right. You don't have to know the title to Master Swag King's show. You just scroll through the playlist and you're going to find it. It's going to be there for you. And then you're going to go, oh, what's this? I've never seen this dude's show before. I'm going to check this out because it's there. Just like all the crap on Netflix that you scroll through and click on because you've never seen it before and you want to know what it is and whether or not you're going to like it. You watch 5 minutes of it. The same thing. I want people to get lost on that scroll. I want to have so much content there that people are like, damn. I want to watch that. I want to watch that. Trying to figure out which they're going to watch first because there's so much to choose from. Right. That's how I want it to look, you know. And thank you so much, bro, for giving me time again.
Anytime, man.
Anybody who's watching this, check it out. Now, I want you to go watch that video and then tell me what you think of it.
If I watch that and it's pure cringe, I'll go to your house right now and choke you.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
It's like one of those fucking Bart Homer Simpsons thing.
I'll even stay here so I can see your reaction while you play it. Go ahead.
I wish. I do have to head out because someone else is waiting for me. But thank you, man, for coming on again, and hope you guys had a great weekend.